Welcome to day 3 of 15 Days to Prosperity. So I'm going to get started here, and really what I want to start with, and again, today is day 3. You can always go back and catch the replay, and please make sure to comment if you do. Each day I start by just reminding you that as a new business owner, you are creating your own identity, a new identity. You're evolving, and the more you can align your purpose with what it is that you're doing and do it joyfully, the more success you're going to have. And when I work with clients, I go through a whole process of defining your version of success and embracing your talents and creating an action plan. But what I'm focusing on here is how you can manage your thinking to stay strong. Okay? So the reality creation process begins with the concept here that everything is made up of energy. I mean, really at the atomic level. And I took this picture in Mexico on vacation many years ago. Gosh, I wish I could go back there. But it just kind of reminds you of the fact that the clouds and the waves, all these things that are invisible are real. And likewise, our whole world is made up of molecules. You contain molecules. And all energy creates a vibration, and we tend to attract the same vibration. And in the laws, the laws of science say that energy can't be created or destroyed. It's only really moved around. So you attract more of what you generate. Why is that important? Well, because you project energy and vibrations through your voice, just like what I'm doing now. And my whole countenance can change based on the energy I have in the actions that I take. So we all have the power to shift and calibrate these vibrations. And how do we do this? That's what today is all about. Think of a radio station where you can switch the channels because different radio stations are broadcasting at different frequencies. Well, you can change your frequency and your vibration too. And once we learn to be cognizant of the vibrations that we're generating and see how we're reacting or influenced by different things, then we either have the opportunity to react to our circumstances or to actually calibrate our vibrations. I have 3 daughters, and one of my daughters is very gregarious, shall we say. She was gregarious from the day she was born, and she got the most attention. And it has taken me years to kind of make sure that my other children have as much attention as my most gregarious one, because they just had a lower vibration. Okay, so if we focus on if we're operating at a low vibration, that is similar to scarcity or lack. And if we operate at a high vibration, that is related to operating in a mode of prosperity. And so if we are operating in a thinking mentality and a vibration of scarcity, the way to get out of that is to move up the spectrum to sufficiency. The next thing I want to show you is a model to help you understand this, because it's very abstract, okay? So this model I have modified from a course I took with Christy Whitman, master coach. She offers a course in spiritual life coaching, but it's really for anybody, and it was instrumental in my understanding this whole process. So what I'd like you to do in the next couple minutes is observe, as I go through this model, observe your vibrations in these areas. So the first is at the very bottom there, the words that you say, the words that you use. So the words you say can actually impact your vibration and can really impact your world, all right? The next in this circle here are the thoughts that you think. Have you ever said to yourself, "Oh, I don't have enough experience. I'm not good enough. There's too much competition." That would be a low vibration thought. The third is the perspectives and beliefs you hold. So I'm not going in an absolute order here, but so we have many perspectives that we hold on to that really impact the things that we say and the actions that we take and the thoughts that we think. So I have one client who was really worried about charging a particular price for a service. And she was feeling that she would be judged for charging that amount because there had been some, in her industry, there had been a recent incident where someone in a similar field had absconded with money and done some illegal things. And so she had a lot of conflicting perspectives or beliefs about how people would think about her. And when she realized that that was the case, she was able to eliminate that belief and realize that she was not that person, that individual who was doing something wrong. She had perfect intentions. She had lots of experience. She loved what she was doing. So I asked her, what can you envision that reminds you of that feeling and that attaches your belief to that? And what she came up with was a beautiful bowl of cherries. So whenever she started going into that old belief, that old perspective, not being eligible to charge her worth, she thought of the bowl of cherries and how much she enjoyed what she's doing. And that became a symbol that helped her stick to her positive belief and stick to those good vibrations. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about, and this I actually think is possibly the most important, this is the emotions you feel. When you're running your own business, there are a lot of emotions that you are going to encounter. And for me, the emotions, some of the emotions like anxiety, I feel in the pit of my stomach. And instead of just letting that negative feeling grow and fester, I take a look at what is that feeling and why am I feeling that and what is that feeling telling me? I had an incident about a year ago where I was I was working on developing a program with a couple of other partners, and the program didn't go through. We didn't get enough people to participate and we pulled the plug on it. And so this caused me great angst. I was really upset about it. And I started to go down the path of thinking, thinking negative thoughts about myself, calling myself names, etc. And what I was able to do was through this model, and instead of letting that negative feeling increase, I took that as a red flag. And I said, what did I learn from this? What can I learn from this situation? And I was able to turn it around to say, okay, this didn't work. This is where I need to really focus the next time I do something similar. And so instead of making myself feel worse about the fact that this did not work, then I was able to flip it around. So all of these things together will impact the actions you take. And you may dip into one piece of this puzzle first and start to observe what you're doing in each of these areas. Discipline in and of itself is not enough. You have got to create good micro habits that you enjoy and that you know that in the long run will pay off.